Okay, so the recording started. First of all, thank you guys for your trust and thank you for joining the premium group. Not a lot of people in here at the moment for live stream. That's why we decided to just do the market outlook and then teach the trading plan development guide and the psychology PDF that we send out once more people are joining, because without questions we can't make sure that you guys understand. We really want to help you guys, and without the feedback while we teach, it's hard for us to know if we are teaching correctly. So that's why we just stick to the weekly market outlook, and then we will discuss in the next week, maybe if there's a better time for you guys to join or something like that. So that way we can make sure that a lot more people can attend the market outlook and the guide we do. So Mari just joined. I'm gonna allow you to speak as well. Yo, what's up, Don? And so we will be looking at the market outlook and we will cover every pair again because this is premium, right?
Hello guys, how are you doing?
What's up? What's up?
We're doing great. How are you doing?
Great. So happy to be here. Let's start.
We're happy to have you here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, bro. So let's start with DXY as always. Still targets remain up here. For now, I'm really not that interested because this is just not really moving. But as long as we don't close below here, especially below that candle's low, I'm bullish on this. And I see this getting taken. Also, there's a lot of liquidity in here, so this should get taken. Also, NFP could be a little bit slow, and then NFP takes out the highs. We'll see. Again, we don't know for sure. It's just probability. But for now, what I can see, we have the daily order block that reacted off, and then we are reacting off that 4 hour.
The only thing I didn't really like is seeing how price reacted on the daily. It reacted to the order block, but there wasn't much movement to the upside. And right now it's just in a consolidation range.
Yeah, so it's consolidating between that bearish 4 hour order block. I'm gonna get the bearish order block on. And then this bullish 1 hour order block.
There's also a gap.
Yeah, here's a gap. But we filled that, so I'm fine with that for now. And then this is just trading inside of those 2 other blocks right now. So if we take out this low, I'm convinced that we see a deeper retracement.
Yeah.
And we will keep you guys updated to what we think is gonna happen or to what it's drawn to. But for now, I'm not convinced that this is going lower. We are in a bearish structure as of yet on the 4 hour. So, there's nothing that really gives me the idea of buying in here without confirmation. But what I can see is we have that fair value gap in here. So maybe this propulsion candle with that fair value gap can give us something to break out of this range.
We have a lot of nested confluences too, because you have the FVG, you have the propulsion block, and you also have the OB itself that reacted to the daily order block. So you have already
we have
3
the reclaimed order block as well.
Yeah. Correct.
So we have the reclaimed order block in here. So this is a nice area of buys, but then again we are waiting for confirmation. You can go lower on the 1 hour. Nothing to see on the 1 hour as well as of yet. We'll be stalking longs in here coming into Monday. And then OD Brace also in here, so I'm gonna allow you to speak as well. So stalking longs in here is a valid idea for me, but there's nothing as of yet that really confirms this idea. Yeah. So game plan coming into next week is we want to see if we can react off here and throw higher, taking out all of these highs, or if we close below here and then we anticipate some deeper retracements. I would prefer this to go higher from here, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Same.
Also, there
because of all the liquidity above.
Yeah, there are some lows. Maybe we need to take out one of these lows, but I think this is a nice area in here, especially because this is a balanced range in here for me.
Yeah, same. 1 to 3 pass.
Yeah, this shouldn't go below this candle's low, in my opinion. And if it does, it should reject.
Could you show them the balanced price range? Maybe paint it so they see what we mean with a 1 to 3 pass.
So basically this, I'm gonna... What's a nice color for balanced price range? Maybe orange. Oh, wait. Orange. This. So this is the balanced price range. We have an up candle, down candle. So we have buy side offered, sell side offered, and then again buy side.
Yeah, that's what a balanced price range is. So you can have balanced structure, and you can have also a BPR. A balanced structure. This is a balanced structure combined with a BPR itself. So we wouldn't want to see price closing below it if we are really bullish. You would want to see price react to it and give you like an instant market structure shift for confirmation to the upside. So you wouldn't want to see price like accumulating in a BPR, for example. Like you want to see a fast reaction away from it.
Yeah, so that's... Can it take out that low? Sure, it can, but it should recheck immediately and then, in best case scenario, close above the BPR. Or at least not close below it, and then I'm still bullish. But if we close like with a strong bullish close below it, I'm thinking low.
Yeah, same.
So that's it for DXY. I'm gonna...
Because if it takes the low, could you go back, Miko?
Yes, I can.
Thank you very much. Because if it takes the low, you could see also that confirms the idea of a market maker sell model, since price took liquidity on the upside, which would indicate like a SMR, a smart money reversal. So price taking the low, what I would be looking for is a retracement for a sell. So those are the only two scenarios that we're looking at. So it's if this, then that, you know? If it doesn't close below, then we are looking for buys. And if it closes below, we're looking retracement into the order block and for further downside, taking out the lowest low and completing the market maker sell model.
Yes, and also this structure in here is basically dealing range, right? So we have this high here, which is this. Then we have that high, which is this one. And then if we close below that low, like this is basically a new dealing range getting created. So I would be looking at premium to sell, something like that. But if we react off of here, it should keep continuing higher. So this is just market structure. Yeah. And then for buys in here, if I'm just looking at the 1 hour for buys without being an early buyer on the 50 minute or something like that, I would be looking at this fair value gap. And then a close above it is what I want to see. This is a market structure shift for me, and then I can be a buyer and trade it above here.
Yeah.
And ultimately, as soon as we close this one,
a strong close above it, we would be expecting a retracement, because a strong close above it would indicate that it created like the black candle, like the down candle would convert into an order block, and we would expect price to react to that order block. Then that's why we want to see like a strong close above it.
Yes. Perfect. So that's it for DXY. So game plan is bullish for now. And also this is I think I talked about it last week in the market outlook. This is a time when I go to the 4-hour because there's nothing I really can see from here. What I'm looking at is we've taken out that daily high with that candle. So this is like turtle soup, and then we have order block. So this is trapped order flow as of yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
So 4-hour chart will give me a better view on that. And what I can see from here is, like I said, we have taken out the previous day's high. I don't like the immediate rejection. So in order for me to stay bullish, I need to see something in here that confirms this idea. Otherwise, I'm thinking lower prices. And this was just a sell opportunity. Correct. With that order block. Strong close above here would indicate higher prices.
Trapped order flow is nice for trading in ranges. So if you're a person that likes trading like the high of a range to the low of a range, that's really good because then you can basically ping pong price. And it also gives you an indication. For example, right now we have been consolidating on the higher time frame. It gives you an indication that, for example, this coming week, it's NFP. So it could also you can also start building some context around that. You can ask yourself, why do you think they're accumulating price? Like, are they trying to drive price higher? Are they trying to drive price lower? Where are the most stops going to be likely? So this is the scenario where you can start thinking like a market maker itself. Like, think to yourself, if you were a market maker, how would you play it out? So you take everybody's money and leaving nothing on the table for them.
Yeah, correct. And also, if we say that we are in a trapped order flow in here and we need to see confirmation in here, and we basically we are waiting for something to happen because there's not much this offers as of yet. This also means that next week probabilities are higher for quick scalps in the signal room because it could be that we can't hold trades for long. So for you, this means that maybe you should be a little bit more active in the first 3 days next week because, first of all, it's NFP week. We only trade the first 3 weeks, have the first 3 days. After that, we will be teaching. We will be making live streams and all of that and go over the price action together. But the first 3 days will be trading. And because we are in trapped order flow, this could mean that the signals will be like scalps.
Yeah.
So yeah, just for you, so that you know what we are working with. And then your USD. Yeah, same thing. So I told you guys that I wanted to see a reaction of that fair value gap. I think. Is it what we said? No, I think we said fast moves away from here would be perfect. And then we couldn't get this, then we wrecked it off of that fair value gap. And yeah, same. So we are trapped in here. So this is the other block we've reacted off of, and then they also have an imbalance. So from what I can see in here, I'm still bearish on euro.
Yeah, and Euro USD reacted of the daily time frame rejection block. So it's trapped between an order block and a rejection block. Maybe Mika, could you highlight the rejection block? So that's the 2 points it's trading between right now, and it's building liquidity on both sides of the market until they take one side out and push it in the other side. So this is basically the principle for AMD, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. This is, you can see it on the higher time frame. So this is when you can catch basically like one shot, one kill. And that's the what ICT also trades the most. So this is one of the scenarios where if you are on the right side of the market, you can catch the whole weekly range.
Yeah. And then if you look at the daily from here, all I can see is this big up close candle. And for me to be bearish on the daily, I need to see a close below it. And this is the time where I go down to the 4 hour and I try to find something that maybe gives me the idea of being a seller earlier than just waiting for that huge order block to be validated. So again, we are dropping down to the 4 hour and see what it can give us. I'm gonna delete this one here. So this is a daily imbalance, as you can see. Nice reaction off of it. And then, so I would be looking at this fair value gap in here. So this huge imbalance. We've closed below it. So this is the first indication of lowered prices for me, because there was nothing holding price up. Even if you use the fair value gap below it, which you can also use. Same concept. I can't draw it out. As you can see, we've closed below both. So I'm thinking lower. First thing is these lows. This is the first target for me. So liquidity in here. And then I want to see either a fast reaction off of that level in order for me to be a buyer or to think bullish. But if we take these lows and we close below the imbalance, then I think this low and ultimately what we said, these lows in here. So this is the game plan. We wait for this one to drop. So if we get something in this imbalance, this might also be a good trade tomorrow morning, London session. This can be like a sell. If this offers a sell in here, maybe on that order block that got validated in here on the 1 hour. So something like this would be nice for London session tomorrow. And then it's just if else. If we take the lows and we reject them, bullish. If we take the lows and we close below the imbalance, bearish. So that's what I see. Maybe AJ, you have something to add to it.
I mean, I agree with whatever you're saying right now. I'm seeing the same things. This is what we have been wanting to see for the coming weeks. And with Euro taking out liquidity, like the high, and for me, this is forming, again, like a market maker sell model. And with the lows right there and not closing below like the FEG, for me, that's mean like they're engineering liquidity for them to then take it out. So, yes, so if they take out the low and close below the FEG, then that means that we are bearish for sure. So a close below that FEG, it's a good sign that we are bearish.
Yeah, and with our idea of DXY being bullish, this is what we want to see. But again, we are not forecasting anything. We're just reacting off of what the market gives us, and this is the if-else scenario for EURUSD.
Yeah, because the thing you shouldn't do in trading is you shouldn't force like a trade idea or whatever you want to see on the charts. You know, like Mika said before, you should react to whatever price is doing. This is why we have the if or that scenario, because if it doesn't do this, then it will do that, and then we will react off of that. And that's the context basically. And then you will have your confirmation, which would be like a lower time frame market structure shift. And then you would be looking for your entry. So it's not just, oh, it's bullish, let me just buy the whole week. No, it's really like following like a trading plan. And that's why also we developed the trading plan development, because we think it's really important. A lot of people struggle with their trading plan because they don't have like a process oriented way of trading. They trade based off emotions or fast moves in the markets. You know, they might see a fast move, price going up, and they try buying because they're trying to follow price, but they're just buying into the manipulation, and then they got taken out by the distribution.
Yeah, I think this is the most important thing, to have like a step-by-step plan, like context, confirmation, execution. And it's what I always teach in my one-on-ones. And I know I had a one-on-one with Don Niemand, who's also in here. And he knows that the first thing I taught him in the 101 was exactly this. You need to have like the 3 steps. If you don't have the 3 steps, you don't have like a plan that you're executing on. And without a plan, you can't check yourself. Yeah. There's no way for you to know if you've done everything correctly when there's like no rules.
Yeah, if you don't go through the steps.
Check, yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same concept. For example, I explained this before, but I'm going to say it once more. Take, for example, you're going on vacation, you're in an airplane, and the pilot decides, okay, today I'm not going to the checklist, we're just going to take off. Would you be comfortable sitting in that airplane knowing that the pilot didn't check anything beforehand and just decided that he's going to take off? He didn't even check with like the control tower or anything. He just decides he's going to take off. Well, it's the same thing with trading. If you don't go through your checklist, you're just basically gambling, you know? You wouldn't feel comfortable being in the airplane because the pilot is pretty much gambling your life. So that's the way I look at trading as well. Why would I go into a trade without going to a checklist first? You know, I'm just gambling that. I'm going based off emotion of whatever my ego tells me that should be correct.
Yeah, that's perfectly said, yeah. And if you are sitting in that plane writing your trades without having checked anything, like you can't expect it to like fly.
Yeah, you can't expect it to fly. You don't even know if you have fuel. You don't know if the plane is like too much weight on it. You don't know anything because you didn't calculate. You didn't do like your risk management, nothing. It's all over the place.
Yeah, so are there any questions to your USD? If not, I think we're going on to AU is the next, I think. Oh no, it's GU. GU, okay. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. There's nothing really happening. Last week we said that trading off of here would be nice, but then as you can see, we traded back inside that order block. This huge wick is basically turtle soup. So they were pairing orders in here. This is a bullish, a bearish reaction for me. Because ultimately I think this reacted off of the mean threshold of that order block. But then, as you can see, there was nothing really happening in here. And yeah, I think these lows, they are really suspect, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can see from the daily. Like there's nothing
This is basically time distortion, you know, like you wouldn't want to be stuck in these type of trades because you hit a sell expecting for price to take the lows. It doesn't take the low. It comes out, stops you out, the break even. Again, you sell. It doesn't take out the low. It comes back, stops you out, the break even. So it's really frustrating if you're trying to trade like one-sided direction and you're stuck in a time distortion. So it's important to realize like when you're stuck in a time distortion and what type of trading you should be doing. In a time distortion, you should be scalping. You shouldn't be expecting like one-sided moves.
Yeah, correct. But as you can see here, so we have taken out that high with this. Now we've not taken out that. So this is liquidity. We have taken out this one. So if we go lower from here, these lows are on the table because they have not been taken. This low has not been taken. This low has not been taken. And this low hasn't been taken as well. So the liquidity is below here. And this is where my eyes are drawn to. And also price, hopefully. Then going to the 4 hour. Same thing. As of yet, there's not a lot I can see, honestly. Like, this is the conditions where I would just stay away from that pair. I don't really like what it's doing in here. It's reacting off of the other block and the imbalance over and over again. So this is the daily imbalance. I'm gonna turn the visibility off for that on the lower time frame. And then we have also a 4 hour order block. Not order block, imbalance, sorry. Which is this one. we've been reacting off of that imbalance over and over again as well.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, Len.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna allow you to speak as well. So if you have any questions, just speak up.
Yeah. And by the way, you guys don't have to worry about joining late. The stream is going to be recorded and also uploaded to the group. So if you missed anything, or you joined late, or you didn't really understand something, feel free to ask, or you can go back to the recording. And once you have your questions, feel free to ask in the group. We're here to help you. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. If you have any questions, we will go over them. There is no dumb questions, only dumb answers.
That's a good one.
So yeah, this in here is, here's liquidity above these highs. Do I want to see price go above it? Honestly, I'd rather see it drop from here, but it can do that. But I would think higher prices if we close above the imbalance. Yeah. So staying below that imbalance, ultimately this one is what
because
I want to see.
I prefer this one. The rejection block, if you see to the left. So I would like to see it break structure. I wouldn't like to see it go back up the rejection block and not like close above the mean threshold.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
Oh, you mean reclaimed? Yeah, the reclaimed order block. Yeah.
Yeah, the reclaimed order block. Like, I wouldn't want to see it like close above it.
I want to see this imbalance open. Doesn't need to, but this would mean that this is a breakaway gap, and we should stay heavy. So from what I can see in here, I'm just sitting on my hands. I think the draw on liquidity lower is likely, but there's nothing that really sets up an idea that I can execute on. If I have to go to the 1 hour, and even if I go to the 1 hour, there's nothing really enticing. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick to EURUSD, and
it's really simple. When the structure isn't clear on any time frame, like you scroll through the time frames and you can't like figure out like what's going on or whatever, or you're unsure, just sit on your hands. You know, you shouldn't feel bad because for example, you're not finding any trades or whatever. You know, patience is the greatest virtue a trader can have. And by sitting on your hands, it's capital preservation. You shouldn't feel bad because you're not catching a trade or feeling like you're not doing anything.
Yeah,
doing nothing. Yeah, go ahead.
If you've checked the bookshelf, you can see that there are a lot of unknown market visit books from Jack Schwager, where he interviews a lot of great traders. And one of the quotes I got from that book is, "No position is a position in itself," which means if you're not in a position, you are in the position that you don't think there's something to profit on, and you're just preserving your capital. So yeah, AJ, you wanted
to... Can you repeat it, Mika?
A great quote from the book Unknown Market Visits is, "No position is a position in itself," which means basically that even though you are not in a position, you have a position in the market because you position yourself on the side that there's nothing worth the trade.
Yeah, you're positioning yourself in the capital preservation area.
So yeah,
beautiful.
That's it on GU. Honestly, I don't like GU. I've never really traded GU, and this, just gives me the idea of staying away another few.
You can also check NAS and gold because GU it's not really offering anything. We can check NASDAQ or gold. So
yeah, we're gonna go through AU, USD-CAD, gold, and then NASDAQ, and this is all the pairs we'll go through.
Yeah. All right.
Or is there anything I missed?
No, that's it, I think.
And then, of course, if you guys want something, we can analyze that as well. So yeah, AU. This is the low I wanted to see. get taken. We've taken that low, and note how it's not going through that low because there's no liquidity. There's no liquidity below that low. That's why I said this low is the interesting one. And as of yet, it's just trading inside that imbalance. And as long as we don't close above it, I see this still going lower, in line with DXY going higher and your USD going lower.
And if you compare the market structure from Audi USD compared to, for example, GBP USD, you can clearly see the difference between like the two. Like one is more clear than the other one. So which one would you be preferring to trade? Which would be rather trading GU, which is like really unclear and like trading in a range, or Audi USD that you can clearly see like it's respecting like the PD arrays and reacting like one-sided, etc. I myself would prefer this because if I wasn't a trade, I wouldn't want to be stuck like trading in a range. I want to see a fast reaction one way.
Yes, and right now this still gives the idea of going lower because there's nothing wrong with a little bit of retracement. Sure, this is not the best price action to be in, but still we're just accumulating orders inside the imbalance. So going lower from here should be fine. And then this is the next area of interest. Note again, not this low, not this low, it's this. Why? Because this low has taken out this low, so there's no liquidity below that. Because if you think about it, when they take liquidity, it's turtle soup, and there is no way for retail to know that they are going to reject off of that. If you're a smart money trader, you're trading in line with that idea. So that's why you could capitalize on that move from here to here. But yeah, if you take lows, there's no retail stops. So retail stops will be in here because when they are buying that move away from here, they buy it on the retracement, so they buy it from here, and then the stop is here. Same idea here. This one has taken out the lows in here. So all the retail traders are out of the market, and if they get involved in that move up in here, they will go in from the retracement, which is this. That's why I'm using this low and that low and not all the other lows. Note how I've not noted this one or all of the other ones. Let's go to the 4 hour because maybe we can see a little bit more from the 4 hour. Yeah, same idea still. This is the daily imbalance. So if this imbalance gets closed above, I'm not mad as long as this one stays open. And then it would be nice if on the daily, this big one still stays open. So we can go straight higher and then close inside the imbalance.
We could see like a fast reaction, like a manipulation into the higher imbalance, taking out the high and taking out like on the 4 hours, yes, taking out the buy side liquidity and into the higher imbalance. That is also a BPR because price did like a 1 to 3 pass, so it's a balanced structure, right? There is a high, so there is liquidity also above, so price can take out the buy side liquidity, react to the BPR, and then continue on its way down.
Yes, so I'm looking at that order block covered with that imbalance. Trade inside here is fine as long as we stay heavy afterwards. And I also think this is likely to take out this high and to trade a little bit deeper inside here, just for the sake of taking out the sellers. So yeah, same idea on AU, a little bit higher and then lower. So maybe like, I don't know, how many pips is this? This is, yeah, maybe like 20 pips higher, about that. Then GU, let's see what is. So yeah, maybe GU is taking out this high and dropping. And then EU Yeah, EU, same idea. We set a little bit higher and then lower. So maybe this will trade a little higher back inside that imbalance or that imbalance and then drop, because there's also that order block. We'll see. We'll just react to what is given. But yeah, ultimately bearishness on AU, GU, EU is what we want to see.
Correct.
So that would mean bullishness on USD CAD.
And by the way, guys, also like by going through the pairs this way and doing like intermarket analysis and all those things, you could also start implementing like weekly profiles. So which day of the week would you like to see the high of the week being made? And then if it's Tuesday or like Wednesday reversal or whatever, like if you check the daily charts and we're Wednesday and we reached the PD array or the point of interest that you were looking at, then you're matching time and price, and then you can start going on the lower time frames and looking for the confirmation and then entry.
Yeah. So that's also how we define what weekly profile we want to see or what a weekly profile is most likely. Yeah, USD CAD, still the same thing. On the weekly chart, we are between that order block and mean threshold of that one. So this is still inside this big range. I think these highs are on the menu still. Yeah, we've taken out that low. So I don't think there's the need of going any lower. If we go lower, the next area of interest I'd be looking at is this imbalance. But from what I can see on the other pairs, I like the idea of going higher from here. Also, for our chart, you can see we've taken out the low order block, validated with this big candle, and then this should be the bullish order block we can react off of to get some buys in. And then as you can see, basically this is a lot of liquidity, low resistance liquidity run.
Engineered liquidity.
So yeah, this is something I'm looking at.
But since it's NFP week, we could also see price, because again, if you're thinking like a market maker, what would you do? We are in a range, right? Everybody has been buying because we have been going up for like the last couple weeks on the daily chart. So everybody is going to have their stops somewhere, you know, especially in these below these lows. So if I'm being a market maker, I would like to see price take these lows and then continue going up, because then I am taking out early buyers and I'm trapping sellers and taking out their stop losses. Then I took both of buyers and sellers from the board and I left them with nothing.
Yeah, so this is something we will take. We will keep you updated on, because depending on how the week what's it called, bro?
Develops.
Yeah, develops. We can see what they are trying to do, and it's also dependent on how violent they want to be. Because if I look at this, what I can see is they could take out all of these highs with NFP and then drop the shit, or they can take out all of the buyers in here and then pump it,
which is also perfect order pairing.
Or we have an NFP where nothing really happens and it's just moving normally, and this would be normal week scenario. And this is what I see from now, or from what I can see.
Information that we have.
Yeah, from the information that we have. Yeah, correctly. And then I correct, and then yeah, we will keep you updated on that for sure. But from what we can see now, this is likely gonna happen. But yeah, you never know for sure, right?
But again, that's why you manage risk and you put your edge. You use your edge.
Correct. And that's why premium is premium, because again, I can tell you on Sunday this is gonna happen, and then the week develops. Like we saw last week here. I said I want to see something heavier in here. We saw reaction higher, and then midweek I got a sell in here. Of course, it kept on going higher, and then you could have gotten a sell in here again. But this is something you have to be updated on. Just because I say we are gonna be heavy in here doesn't mean you can just execute sells from here on out the whole week. And then yeah, USD CAD, that's what we see. Talked about that. Gold. So gold should be heavy as well then. And funny enough, gold is going higher while AUD USD is not really going higher, and instead it's just consolidating inside the imbalance.
Yeah.
Normally
one is being manipulated and the other one is being held back.
Yeah, normally AU and gold should move in tandem, because again, AU is a huge like Australia is a huge gold exporter.
Yeah.
And this going higher the way it does without AU going higher, in my mind, this is bearish for AU, because this would mean that AU is really weak. Otherwise, this would be screaming higher as well, especially with DXY not moving.
And also, this, when you see these kind of things where one is being held back and the other one is being manipulated, this is where you can start like practicing ideas of SMT divergence, because one is going to take the liquidity and the other one is so heavy that it's not going to take the liquidity. It's just going to drop. It doesn't need to take the liquidity.
Yeah. And then looking at gold now, yeah, maybe is there anybody that like sees something from gold? Maybe we can do this a little bit interactive. If there's someone that wants to share their analysis, and then we can go over it together.
Yeah, true. Do you guys have any opinions on gold yourselves? What do you think? What are you seeing?
Yeah, I actually do not trade gold personally, but right now I see these three green candles that make an order block. I think we might have some bearish reactions from there, but it is no, yeah, these three.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's bullish overall. Maybe we can check the weekly chart as well. Yeah, I think it might actually tap the FVG that's at the top. Yeah.
Because that FVG is also considered a BPR, because you have a FVG on the other side as well. You have a big green candle going up. Like if you go back to the weekly, Mika.
Yes, give me a sec. I'm just gonna order that.
If you go back to the weekly, you can see there's a big green candle going up and there's a big black candle going down. So that's a BPR range. So if you're really bearish, I wouldn't want to see price closing above it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so basically what you said, I see the same thing. I don't necessarily see this as an order block, because I think everything in here is balanced. So I don't see a real reason why they would tap that order block and go lower. But closing above here with that strong close is a breaking market structure.
Yeah.
And then I'd be looking at, if we come back down here, I'll be looking at that order block here. Wait. Bullish order block and the FVG or the imbalance. So this is something I'd be looking at.
Correct.
But if we just keep on screaming higher, I just think rebalances and higher. So this is what I expect. So yeah, this going higher is contrary to our idea on all the other things.
Yeah.
So when I think about everything should go higher, no, DXY should go higher and everything else should go lower. That means gold should go lower. That's why
Yeah.
I think of this order block and fair value gap, because when I think about all the other pairs drawing lower, this would allow for like a retracement and then higher.
But if you
Does
also
need to
go
do
on
that.
if you also line out, like, we created a dealing range right now, and we are in deep discount of the dealing range on the daily. So no, from all the way from the high, like the highest point to the lowest point, like the whole range itself.
You mean the big range,
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, the big range, yeah. So this might be a reason why they're pushing price higher, because they want to get everybody on board, like the people that are breakout traders, etc., for them to buy, because again, they see a fast move up, and they feel like, oh, I'm missing out, I should join the trade and just buy. But what they're actually doing is they're just manipulating price into a premium array and then dropping it down with like a news outcome, which can be like NFP, for example. So the whole week you could see gold just going up, 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 just building the liquidity of all the buyers, and then when NFP comes out, like gold just dies and takes out all the stops, and then stops out everybody. And again,
But
you're wiping out all the traders, which are like the early sellers, and then you're wiping out all the buyers that bought, that were on the wrong side of the market.
yeah, correct. Is this the correct way to use it? Because I've never used it on TradingView, and I don't know. I think it's this. Is it this way around? No, it's not.
For art, you mean?
Yeah, it's this way, right? I think it's this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this aligns with the high, and then fair value gap fill. Yeah, so my first idea is gold taking out the high in here. So yeah, that's gold. And then we have US 100, everybody's favorite pair. Yeah,
Everybody's
so right now,
favorite pair, because it breaks everybody's heart. You know, you keep going back to the thing that hurts you the most.
yeah, this is taking out the low, I think. Let me check. So we have low 840.7, and then we have low 86.7. So yeah, this has taken out that low. So that's off the table. Yeah.
It has taken it out, but it's like, if you look at it, it looks like an equal low. So it's not that it's not that price won't ever come back there, you know, because it kind of looks like an equal low to me, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
I would, if taking liquidity, I would like to see price like have a deep run into liquidity. And for me, I didn't see like a deep run into that low. Like, it was just like going to the low, creating the liquidity, and then just dying, then just bursting up. But again, if you take like the dealing range of the high and the low from like the whole range, you can see that we're in discount, and they're kind of pushing price into premium.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this range in here. And then we are in discount, and all of this gives me the idea of retracements, because this is a good reaction off of that PD array.
Yeah.
And closing above here confirms my idea of being bullish. So I would look for something that gives me the idea of being a buyer to around here. Like, this is the first area of interest that is really interesting.
Yeah.
And actually, this has not closed the imbalance in here. So this comes on the table if we keep pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I see from now. Then all of this is liquidity as well. So yeah, if we keep pushing, then this is on the table. Let's see what the weekly is doing. Okay, this is taken out the high, right? Yeah, it has taken out that high, but that's the same thing on the weekly as we can see in here. As we can see here. So
that's the thing I don't really like. Like, it didn't take the high or the low, like, with a deep retracement or like a deep reaction. It just kind of touched it and died, you know. So it really, you're stuck in a position where you have an equal highs and equal lows, and this is a not a nice position to be in, because they can take both sides of the market and leaving you with nothing.
yeah, so from what I can see here, in a perfect world, I want to see some sort of deeper run inside this range. So
Yeah.
maybe we can get something in here also with the equal lows. And
Because
then
there's still a little
high.
FEG just below the 50%. If you put
Yeah.
back the FIBA, yeah, that FEG, it's right below the equal lows.
Yeah, so this FVG is still open as well on the weekly. And yeah, so this gives me the idea of this going higher, or maybe not even going higher, maybe reacting off of here. But something like that, then taking out the lows and then taking out the highs ultimately. So something like this is the game plan for the next weeks.
Yeah.
And from the weekly, this would be something in here, lower, higher. So this is NAS for me. And
Nasty. She's
I don't
nasty.
think I think we can go to Bitcoin. Never really looked at Bitcoin, but for the
Let's
sake
do some
of
crypto.
being a trading community and everyone wants to see crypto, everyone's into crypto trading. That's why we do it, right? Okay.
I feel like everybody is into crypto trading when it's bullish. Once crypto turns into like a bearish market, nobody talks about crypto because everybody is losing money.
Yeah, true. Or they are just like flipping shit coins.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I have had so many times where people tell me, "Yeah, I'm so into crypto, like I've invested so much money," and then you ask them, "Okay, what did you invest into?" And bro, they're just talking about some weird shit coin, like a scam, whatever. And I'm like, "Oh my god, you don't even know what you just got yourself into."
Yeah, but I know some people that did or made a lot of money with shit coins and flipping shit coins, but yeah, I don't think the stress is worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing with Bitcoin from the daily chart is there's nothing that really interests me. Like, I can see what it should do, but is really that clean? I don't think so. Let me check the weekly.
Did it
So
take
yeah,
out
from
the
the
high?
weekly, yeah, it has taken out that high.
Yeah.
And it has taken out that low. So it basically has established a dealing range in here. For my liking, in the perfect world, again, I want to see discount runs. So this low is on the menu. And then we have that huge imbalance. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I'm going to try it out. Maybe it's too much on the chart and I'm going to delete it again. But so something deeper in discount is what I want to see.
Yeah, we could have like a run into discount, then taking out buy side liquidity and dying further. Because I don't want to see like Bitcoin continue going up until like 30,000 or like 40, 50,000, whatever. I don't want to see it go back up like that high. So I want to see them like taking price down and taking out like the early buyers, then taking price back up, taking out all the early sellers, and then like again they took both sides of the board, leaving people with nothing.
Yeah, so for the next couple of days, I think this is the interesting idea. And then again, we are focusing on this low, not on that one, because this has taken out liquidity. So I'm focused on that low. In here, same idea. I think this is a nice idea.
Yeah.
A nice area for liquidity. And again, you can see the same thing happening in here. We have highs taken, and then as soon as we close below here, there's a new daily range that's bearish inside a bigger bullish one. Yeah, for our chart, I think for our chart, there's nothing much to see, but if you're into position holding or something like that, maybe this is a nice idea of. Oh, it's not that much, honestly, but it's maybe to 23,000 around that area is a good idea. Short-term buys. And yeah, from the weekly chart, probably going a little bit lower before continuing higher if we continue higher. So this is the idea for Bitcoin. And then let me check what Mari just said in the group. He had to go. No worries, we are finished. So yeah, if anyone has questions, then we will answer them. Otherwise, I think we've covered a lot of pairs today. And his analysis for EU is probably just what we said. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I think he was just trying to make sure that he understood correctly what we were saying. Yeah, so his idea was taking out that high and then dropping or this. So either this or that. Yeah, I don't think we have to go back above this high. Honestly, I'd rather not see it go above that high, because then I'm thinking, depending on how it trades here, I'm thinking higher. So I think this is a good idea if you are staying bearish. So yeah, do you guys have any questions? If not, I think this is a great first market outlook. And again, thank you everyone for joining and your trust. And we are really excited to share the first signals with you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for your trust. Again, like Mika said, and we're really grateful for each and every one of you. It means a lot to us. And let's go for it. Let's make some profits. Let's have some high probability signals. Let's pass some challenges, and everybody's happy, right?
Challenges.
Yeah, let's do this community.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, brush.
Yep.
Okay, then see you next week. Thank you for joining and have a good rest of the weekend.
Well, love, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hashtag TGC. Have a good one.